Let's listen.
Welcome to Man on the Street. Today we are visiting and catching up with the master of faster himself, Detroit's own local celebrity and #1 street dancer. It's the Spaghetti Man. Spaghetti Man, thanks for coming on Man on the Street. How are you?
Hey Jamie, it's good to be here on Man on the Street. I've been watching your interviews, a lot of fun. After a 2.5 year layoff from COVID, it's been tough getting back into shape, but I'm getting there.
Spaghetti Man, I've known you for a long time. I've known you back since the Boogie Fever days and before that. But let's break it down. How long have you been street dancing, and where did this whole thing get started for you?
Yeah, Jamie, it was 1991 in Marquette, Michigan. I was assisting a DJ at what they call a sobriety dance, and I got out on the floor trying to motivate people, and next thing you know, the kids and everybody are calling me Spaghetti Man because of the way I dance. And, I become a local celebrity in Marquette, but then I moved down here and I started clubbing it, and the name stuck. And next thing you know, here I am.
This next question is obviously not an easy topic to talk about, probably for you, but I think important to bring up in the history of the Spaghetti Man. And that is you being attacked at the River Days Festival in Detroit years back. You were leaving at the end of the night, or in the evening, back to your car, and some young people followed you back to your car and decided to beat you up as you tried to get into the car. And then they videotaped some of these kids beating you up and were laughing at you, calling you names. It made it into the newspaper. Can you talk about it at this time a little bit? And, how did that change things for you at that time and moving forward? And also, if as you look back on it now, how do you feel about that whole thing?
I couldn't believe the outpouring of love and, the media all over the story. Well, it's made me a little bit more cautious about my security, but on the other hand, more confident. And as far as those kids, in a sick way, they kind of did me a favor. Everybody got to know me and realized that, I was just out there to have a good time and help them to have a good time, and not to hurt anybody.
When you're out at your events and you're dancing, you're out there for several hours. Anybody who's seen you or will see you in the future dance, you still, at your age, keep moving, keep dancing to whoever's playing the bands, and you're out there for several hours. You're hydrating, of course. Thank God you have a lot of water people give you and you bring. But tell me, how do you keep this up at your age? It's amazing. Is there a magic potion? What does the Spaghetti Man do to keep his endurance up as he gets older?
The long COVID layoff hurt me, I got off my workout program and stuff, but I started taking this energy supplement called creatine, and it got back into my workout, and it actually allows me to do lighter workouts but get more out of them. And at my age, something like that it's really good for you.
Now that summer is basically here, I know it's the big time of the year for you, where you're out at your signature events that you're always out dancing at. Please give us the list of those so people will know, but also, is there anywhere new that you will be dancing? I know that St. Clair Shores, 9 Mile and Mac has a lot of concerts coming up in the summer, and I haven't seen you at any in the past, so I'm wondering if you will be there. Where will you be this year?
Wednesday nights, I'm at concerts in the park throughout the summer in St. Clair Shores, and Thursday nights in Dodge Park in Sterling Heights at their concerts throughout the summer. And of course, I'm going to hit the big ones. There's a Rock and Ride Festival coming up here in Royal Oak shortly, I think. And of course, Arts, Beats, and Eats and the Dream Cruise. I really look forward to them. They're like my signatures.
I'd like to talk to you now about another street performer who's come on the scene in the last year. He goes by frontman or lead vocals. He's a friend of Man on the Street. He came on the show. We had a great interview. I really like what he does. I have not talked with him lately, but I hope he's doing well. But tell me how you feel about him, what he's doing, and he seems to be always bringing good energy. I saw him about a week ago on Mack Avenue in Vernier in Grosse Pointe Woods. He was out there doing his thing, waving to the people, dancing around. He had his music going, and I really like what he does. But how do you feel about that? Do you have a good rivalry with him, a friendly rivalry? How do you feel about what lead vocals frontman does?
Yeah, lead vocals, I got no problem with him personally. He's like a friendly rival or a frenemy, if you will. Yeah, he's doing his own thing. He doesn't hurt anybody, never bothers me. So, more power to him.
Thank you again, Spaghetti Man, for coming on the show. You and I have known each other a long time, and I think I've been with you almost from the beginning for many years, supporting what you do and always will. You're such a good-hearted person, and you just have a great time in life, and that's what's important. But tell me, as we head out of the interview, here's the last question, kind of a fun question, but in 50 years, what would you want the legacy of the Spaghetti Man to be as people looked back? If people were sitting around at the local bar and they're talking about the Spaghetti Man having a beer, what would you want them to say about the legacy of the Spaghetti Man?
I just hope people say that, he did a lot for the community, making people happy, teaching them to just be happy. And, personal conceit, it would be nice if they were sitting around and said, hey, Spaghetti Man was the greatest street dancer of all time.